Hey everyone, I'm your girl Lauren from the Ex-Wives Lounge podcast, and this is the episode that everyone has been waiting for. It's a women tell all episode where we dish the dirt and have girl chat about what it's like to date in this crazy swiping world. Get everyone's opinion and experience. So I would like to introduce each and every one of my girls on the panel today. Alex, would you like to go first?
Hi, I'm Alex Rose. I'm from Orange in Orange County. I'm a celebrity stylist located up in Los Angeles. A few of my passions are I love to travel, I love animals, and I love to work out. I love working out at Barry's. And I'm single.
Ash.
Hi, I'm Ashley Pasquale, born and raised in Orange County. I am a mom to two wonderful little boys that drive me crazy, but I love them. Love you guys. Love you, Bash and Leo. I am a fitness instructor. I teach bar, and I've been doing that for a long time, and I absolutely love it. And I love going to the beach, but who doesn't around here?
Very true.
Yeah.
My name's Larissa, aka Lars. I'm a country girl at heart.
Woo!
However, I've never lived in the country. I'm from Laguna Niguel, California. I'm in project management for an event design agency based in Los Angeles, California. I love spray tans, fake nails, and my family.
And if you guys don't know me, now you will. My name is Lauren. I'm your hostess with the mostest of the Ex-Wives Lounge podcast. Born and raised in Laguna Beach, California, sun shining 24/7. I'm a mom to a beautiful little girl. I'm an ex-wife. And tonight we're going to be talking to two ex-girlfriends and two ex-wives. Like I said, dishing on what it's like to date in the swiping world. Reason why I wanted to create this episode is because after swapping stories with ex-girlfriends, we have a lot of similarities in the type of experiences that we all have come into contact with. So the first thing that I would like us to deep dive into is why we each think that this swiping world is chaos, why dating is so much harder nowadays, why people are finding it's taking them a much longer time to find the right person for them. Is it technology driven? Is it influence, social influence? What do we think? Lars, your up girlfriend.
Oh, first of all, the apps are boring. I feel like it's constant running in circles. And I think that although I've heard success stories, okay, my best friend is dating somebody she met on Hinge like 2 months ago, and it's going great and good for her. I feel like in my experience, it leads to nowhere. I think that the apps and social media in general, for me even, I'm a little bit guilty. I think that it creates this like fear of intimacy and fear of like commitment when there's so many things at your fingertips.
Options.
Yeah, so many options. And I think it's like we get so comfortable being behind the screen that, you know, the initiative to make a plan or to like ask and put yourself out there and be vulnerable and like make a plan is so slim to none. And it's just such a bummer because as you get older, as we get adult, like, you know, into adulthood and motherhood and whatever we become working women and in our careers and stuff like that, it's like, where are you meeting people if you're not meeting them at work or, you know what I mean? Not meeting them through mutual friends. And so the apps sound like a great idea. And back in the day, I loved them. And now it's just, I don't know. I think social media has really like tainted the human brain, really.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I totally agree with
so I
that.
stay single.
I feel like the dating apps make it one of those things where you meet someone, you have a connection with them and all seems well, but then, you know, it's more of like, but who else is out there?
Mm-hmm.
There's always like this, what's the bigger and better syndrome,
Right.
right? Like you're great, but, you know, and I also think we're really quick to judge one another on our skeletons, right? Like perfection does not exist. Imperfections are beautiful. Right? What we go through in life makes us who we are as individuals. And you need to find somebody that accepts you and loves you for all those imperfections, good, bad, ugly, otherwise. So Ash, as an ex-wife, being propelled back into the dating world. I know you and I have shared a lot of stories about kind of what a culture shock it is, because you literally go from domesticated life, getting used to how like your partner likes things, right?
Mhm.
And as a mom and juggling mom life, work life, single mom life, what has your experience been in the dating world, and have you tried the apps?
Ooh, I just got on the apps about a year ago. And it was the most awkward thing of my life. The first conversation I had with someone, he like started talking, like he started doing voice text, and I was like, oh, maybe this is a thing. And it was, I feel like maybe I talked too much for him or something, because he unmatched me like right away. And I'm like, oh, are we not talking?
He's
this
obviously
much?
not a conversationalist.
Well, I'm also like, maybe I was supposed to be sexy. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a lot of trial and error. I did get a little bit addicted to like the swiping and like, okay, oh, he's cute, he's cute, he's cute, oh, he's not cute. And just like the back and forth. And you do kind of, it's exciting until it's not.
Yeah.
And when you've been married for as long as I had, it's very different, and it's exciting, but it can be super, super exciting, but also super, super lonely at the same time.
Yes.
Because you're like, am I just gonna spend all day swiping, or am I actually gonna buckle down and actually talk to someone, have a real genuine conversation with someone?
Right.
Which I have had some of those, but
Far and few between.
far and few between, 100%. It's a superficial world out there. I'm
It really
noticing.
is.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Slim pickings.
Slim
Yeah.
Seriously, dime in a dozen.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Alex? As an ex-girlfriend, what has your experience been in this crazy swiping world?
I feel like it's just been very oversaturated. So many options, so many different apps. You know, you hear beautiful stories, and then you try to go out there, and it's almost like shopping, but you have to put your heart on the line. When you shop, you're kind of like trying stuff on. If does it work, does it not work, you put it back. When you're dating, especially in this world, it's very challenging, because you have to be vulnerable, and then you kind of have to fit into the shoebox of like what the world kind of wants you to be. And it's like, I want to meet someone genuinely, you know, and organically. And so like Lars was saying, it's like, how do you kind of meet them?
Right.
And you know, I'm so open, but it's like I get down on myself at times, because you know, I'm always thinking, am I doing something wrong? Or you know, I go inward, and I think, you know, if the shoe fits, it fits. So I'm trying not to let the world crush in on me, and just have it be organic. You know, with all these dating shows and everything on social media, it can feel like overwhelming.
Yes.
And so much pressure, and there's a timeline that people put on you, and we have no timeline, by the way. But you know, I love love, and I want anyone around me to be in love. So I think I'm trying to be hopeful.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think that's all we have is hope, right? In anything in life, you hold out hope that your person is out there somewhere.
Totally.
I definitely don't think they're in aisle 5 at Whole Foods. You know, I think there's a lot of people that hope and pray that they're going to meet their guy or girl organically.
At a farmer's market,
Thank
yeah,
you.
but
At
just
Home
straight out of a
Depot,
movie,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, life is really not Hallmark. It's
not,
It's
it's
not.
not.
You know,
It's not.
it's. I know. Sorry, Ash. I didn't mean to burst your, you know, lifetime bubble. Oh God. But I think it's hard.
It is.
And I've noticed too, like having younger friends that haven't been married, like you and Lars, and watching your life and your ebbs and flows. I think it's really hard to meet guys nowadays too that actually want marriage.
Yeah.
I know there's guys out there that do, but from what I'm noticing with the younger generation, and even like guys our age, Ash, I feel like commitment is not a thing anymore. It's like commitment's a thing of the past. Monogamy is a thing of the past, right?
Yeah.
And I just wonder where that stems from. Is it social pressures? Is it guys seeing friends around them going through bad divorces, bad breakups, and they're scared into wanting to open themselves up and be vulnerable and have a real connection? Personally, me, I think with how my dating life has been since my divorce, I tried every app there was on the market. I think the best one that I had the most fun with was called The League. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the League. It's supposed to be like higher class. It's almost like Raya,
Uh-huh.
but it's, on a different scale. It's on a different level. And I had some pretty good experience with that. I felt like, the guys on there were a little bit more elevated and took it a little bit more seriously. But for the most part, Hinge and Bumble, I'm just like, where's the return policy? Damaged goods.
Ain't that true?
I need the receipt. Let's return, send back to.
Done with this one.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's really hard. And it's for me as a mom, and Ash, you as a mom, I think maybe we're in a place in our life. I know for me specifically, like, I don't know if I ever want to get married again. I don't think marriage is something that's attractive to me. I really like the idea of like a Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell life partner
Lover.
situation. Like, I'm here for that.
Oh yeah.
And being my age, I don't think having any more kids is probably an option for me, like one and done kind of thing. But for like you, Alex, and you, Lars, never married, no kids, are you concerned, or are you in this place in your life where you're like, whatevs, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to make it the best. I'm going to enjoy the journey. And if he comes along, great. And if he doesn't, oh well. Like, Lars, how do you feel about that?
I'm so in my whatevs era. I'm game for whatever happens. I'm not going to stress myself out. Like, I know women and have had friends that are like on a timeline and like the clock is ticking and they're tripping, because their entire lives, they just dreamed of being a mom.
Yes.
I've never had that like desire or like, that like burning desire to be a mom. So I think I'd be a great mom, and I love kids. I love animals. I love family. Family is like a passion of mine.
Yes.
And so sometimes I think I like picture myself older without a family, and like that makes me a little bit sad, but I'm also not going to stress myself out and sprint into the wrong situation that I'm going to end up like being in so much that's going to cause me pain or stress later. I know how much temptation is out there. I have seen people like go through really gruesome things, and you being like one, you know what I mean? And so like it scares me, and I don't know, it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And I think now more than ever, the term narcissism is thrown around a lot, but it is true. There is a lot of narcissists in the dating pool. Men and women. Men and women. Okay. I'm not sitting here dogging all men, saying all men are narcissists by any means. There are a lot of narcissists in the dating world.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
It is.
Oh, totally.
I think like sociopaths as well, like the lack of empathy.
Yeah.
That has, it's like its own.
It's like an epidemic.
Empathy epidemic.
Yes.
Like
100%.
I seriously think that there are so many options out there, and some guys and some girls too, they just don't care about feelings.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is really sad. Alex, what do you think? Are you on this journey of, if I meet my man, great, and if I don't, I'll make my life the best ever?
Totally.
Yeah.
100%. I know in my heart, I just am trying to relieve from that timeline, that, this pressure as women. And I'm just going to allow it to come organically. I have a lot of friends near me that are getting engaged and, eventually having children. And I am so excited to be able to be there with them. And I know my time will come, but I'm trying to just take a step back and not allow, the universe to work for me and not control it. Before I thought I wanted to have my hands and my nails in it. And now that I've healed, I'm kind of just like, I'm going to just live my life and I'm going to attract my soulmate.
Yeah.
I know I want. I can't wait to have a family. It's like my dream is to have
kids.
My kids and a home that, I can just, my own tribe, basically.
100%.
So, I'm super just excited, but I'm not in any rush.
Yeah.
I'm pumping the brakes, but I'm just taking care of me right now.
Yeah.
And that's a project I will never, ever regret working on.
No, I think that's amazing. And Ash, as an ex-wife, I think one of the biggest questions I wanted to ask you from like our perspective, now that we're, out of the divorce and we have the kids and we're now starting to propel ourselves into the dating world, how was that for you in the very beginning stage? Was the transition hard? Were you ready for it? Or has it been a total culture shock for you?
I definitely wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was, the first 2 years that I was separated, my head was down and I was just focusing on me and my children,
Right.
my boys. And it wasn't even a thought in my head. And then I was out with one of my girlfriends who was single, and she was like, are you on Hinge? Like, and I'm like, am I on what? Like, it was kind of one of those things.
What's that?
What? Is that like Plenty of Fish? No, I wasn't that naive. I was a little bit though. And she helped me make my first Hinge profile. My
Hey,
only
coffee
Hinge
meets
profile.
bagel was a thing.
Yeah.
That was like the old school. Wasn't coffee meets
OG.
bagel? That's an OG dating app.
OG.
Like, I literally just dusted off the cobwebs by bringing that one up. You didn't even know coffee meets bagel. Oh my God.
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
forget I even
didn't.
brought that up.
But I don't think you should expect much out of me after like questioning what Hinge was. So
That's true.
That's okay.
yeah, I think I dug myself
No, you're
into a
good.
hole during that one.
You're good. No, but I think it's just such a huge transition. I know for me personally, when I got back into it, I was like, God, this is a full-time job.
Oh yeah.
I don't have time
Yeah.
to do this. Like these people that juggle, these guys that juggle, 5, 6 girls at the same time, or women that are out there dating 5 or 6 guys at the same time, like, go get a job. You have way too much time on your hands. Especially like divorced, single mom, you're trying to figure out like your flow back into the real world, not having that person to lean on for help with stuff around the house. You're now in charge of all of it. It's very daunting and it's very overwhelming. And I know for me, when I dipped my toe in the dating world, I was like, whoa, I did not know what to expect. Because when you're domesticated, you're so out of that whole realm that you don't even know. Like, you hear stories, you may read about them online about what it's like, right? To be on these apps. But then you experience it and you're like, oh my God.
You're living it.
And can I just say this? Some of these prompts are absurd.
Insane.
Like, will I fall for you if you trip me? Really? That's like the best you got.
I love humor, but not like, come on.
To me, that's lazy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, come on.
oh, let's go. Okay, yeah, first prompt that showed up. I'm just gonna pick that. I'll fall for you if you trip me. Like, no, swiping.
Yeah. Like,
So to
okay.
all you guys out
Right,
there,
Romeo.
if you happen to be watching this, please elevate your Hinge and your Bumble profiles. Put some thought into it.
Yeah, come on.
These prompts are just
Do
absurd.
better. Do better.
Like, I can't. So it's definitely been a big culture shock.
Mhm.
Okay, so are we ready to get a little bit more down and dirty and fun and flirty?
Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Game.
Are there any guys from your past that you think, what if about? Ash?
There was one, and then kind of closed that door recently.
Okay.
Yeah. And it happened exactly the way it was supposed to be. Didn't talk for a while. He reached out, and we were supposed to meet up, and then he decided he didn't want to meet up. And I was like, okay, door closed.
Yeah, I hope you deadbolted that door.
Oh, I did. Blocked. Goodbye.
Good.
On to the next. Yeah.
How about prior to marriage? Like, prior to your ex-husband, are there any ex-boyfriends prior to getting married that you're like,
No.
what if? Okay.
No.
Okay.
None.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm being totally honest. Sorry. Not
Lars?
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the
Exactly.
honesty. This is all about full
Yeah.
transparency.
100%.
Full transparency. I still think about my ex like 14 years later.
Which one?
Crazy.
Which one?
His name's Ty
Oh,
from high school, first love.
Yeah, yeah.
First love. And
Yep.
I have been comparing every single dude to the
Since?
way that I felt like
Oh
with
my
him, and I have not
God.
had what we had
The
since.
connection.
Yeah, the connection. We were young. It was the first time I've ever connected with anybody like that.
Yeah.
Everything was great. It was toxic. We were friggin' 18 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it sounds wild
Mhm.
to say that at 32.
No, I don't think it does.
That that something at that age was so real, but it was. And we were young and dumb, you know, like we definitely made mistakes and we had fights and it was toxic, you know, and then, but, you know, towards the end, I started to like the damage was done and I started to be a bad girlfriend and I walked away and he was devastated and he basically cut, you know, he cut me off, like
Right.
everything, you know.
Do you think it was all puppy love or do you think there were parts of it that were real?
No,
'Cause, you know,
totally things that were
I
real.
feel like people push off young love as, oh, that's puppy love. But
Oh,
it's
please.
funny that you would bring up your high school sweetheart because I literally was just telling Alex this yesterday that I feel the person that truly made me feel seen and heard and fully accepted for all of everything was my high school sweetheart. Yeah.
It's crazy.
He was romantic.
Yeah.
He would write songs for me. He would write poetry for me. He was just, so I look back and I'm like, that was not puppy love. Like I actually got a taste of what it feels like to feel fully accepted
Yeah.
by somebody.
Absolutely. I think a big part of it too is like I was going through a traumatic time in my life at the time. And like he didn't have any trauma. So I feel like that's like what a trauma bond is like
Totally.
you both have
When you're
trauma and
both
then you,
going
like,
through
link up,
something.
like,
Yeah.
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 I was going through like a really hard time in my life, self-inflicted.
Right.
And he, you know, with my grandma and everything, and he was there. He was there. And so he really knew me. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
yes.
there was no fronts.
Yeah.
It was just like
was no
this is it,
judgment.
take it or
Yeah.
leave it,
Yeah.
you know, and he like took it.
Yeah.
And he was always there and he was like so mature and yeah, we did. Yeah, it's just crazy. And, you know, like I said, like I was in a huge partying era in high school. I really loved to drink and I felt a temptation and I took him for granted, you know? And so I do think from time to time, you know,
You
I
think
do
back.
think about him. Yep. And we have mutual friends and stuff like that. And I think about him often and I'm just like, you know, I wish that I ran into him. I wish I could run into him and look good. I think about that. No, and I'm like a
Not being
completely
sweat.
changed woman,
Yes,
like total
yes.
180. I have a career and I'm
Yes.
like, you know, I'm sober. So
Yes.
totally different.
Which
and
can I just
wonder.
say, I'm so beyond. You've been there with me through ebbs and flows
Thank you. I
of
love you.
everything in my life.
Yeah.
And what you have gone through and where you have come out of is absolutely beautiful. And I
Thank you.
could not be more proud of you. I love you with every piece of my
I
heart.
love you. Thanks for being there with me.
If someone doesn't like you or love you, there's literally something wrong with them. Like everyone that knows you loves you.
Thank you. I love you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.